Ladies and gentlemen, we are into the quarterfinals. It's Delhi versus Haryana. And guess what? Joining us today in the commentary box is a true legend of rugby referee. Please welcome the internationally acclaimed Rasta. Rasta Rasivenge, his iconic hairstyle and unparalleled expertise on the field. He has become a respected figure in the rugby world, having officiated in numerous high-profile matches, including World Cup fixtures, the Olympics. We are honored to have him here. How are you, Rasta, today?
Good day, Saif. It's a great honor and a privilege to firstly be here in India, and it's a fantastic opportunity to see the national sevens being played here in India. And I've thoroughly enjoyed both the junior girls, senior girls, and the junior boys, and now watching the senior boys play. So it's really an honor to be here at the National Sevens in India.
Brilliant. And you see, this is a very high intensity match between Delhi and Haryana. So how do you maintain composure and make split second decisions in the midst of intense matches like these? And since there are referees who are going to be here who are training under you, so what are the guidelines that you have given them?
Yeah, basically it starts with pre-match prep. The referees have to prep for their game, same as the players, to execute their game plans. And for referees, it's all about composure. And when they bring their composure, they're able to execute decisions under pressure, even though it's very intense. So, Saif, what I really like about the referees over the last couple of days is they've developed toolboxes in order to help them execute the decisions under pressure.
That's brilliant. So Palak is refereeing this match today.
Yes, that's Palak from West Bengal. She's a fantastic ref. She's on the Asia Sevens panel, and she is doing really well with her refereeing, and she's just progressed on an upward curve. So looking forward to seeing how she officiates the match today, and we'll see the winner between Haryana and Delhi.
And there goes a very high kick. And with the ball, Vikas Khatri.
So, Saif, what I've noticed in this game is that both teams have one or two or three national players. And you can actually see by the way they execute their passing skills and their law knowledge around the tackle area. So, if we pay careful attention, as the selectors are also here, to the skill levels of the players, we will identify players that are actually sticking up their hands for the national team that's obviously going to go to camp in the next month or two, Safe.
It's definitely, and I think Delhi has quite a lot of Indian players as well. So this is going to be a very high intense match. Look at that. Bind and set. So hungry and eager.
So, Saif, I've had the opportunity to referee some of these players when they've gone to Dubai for the invitation tournament. And some of them have represented the All-Stars that are coached by Coach Ludwig, who is obviously the national Indian team's coach.
So, Rasta, since there's a long beef between players and referees, and there's always about some rule or the other which referees don't like. So can you tell us about significant challenges or innovations in rugby that you would personally like to see and implemented in the future?
Yeah, well, in terms of innovations, I think the game is just getting faster and faster. The players are getting more athletic. So what's great about it is World Rugby is always finding new ideas to make it more entertaining for the fans, to more accessible to people around the world. And what I'd like is obviously for the global game in terms of sevens, like the India National Sevens tournament, to be broadcast worldwide. And if we go technically in terms of law, I'd love to see shot clocks at tournaments like these. just
Very well.
the same as the World Series, you know. And also, if we look at our poles that are right in front of us, we should implement lighting so that it's easier to see the conversions when they go through the poles. And that's another innovation that World Rugby has brought in. So it will just bring in a festive excitement into the game.
Brilliant. And with that, we have one try for Haryana. Opened up 2 minutes 49 seconds into the game. And that was expected. This team is a heavyweight of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched them day one, the way they warmed up, the way they came to the tunnel, the way they do their team huddles. They look professional, as you can see, well-conditioned players, and they know how to execute their game plans because they play their patterns. And if you look at a sevens game, it's all about patterns and finding the right opportunity when to strike. You can't always strike at the first go. You've got to execute your patterns and finding the right strike opportunity, and then you're able to score.
So you've been watching the games since day one. So what has been the most memorable moment for you in the refereeing aspect of the games?
In terms of refereeing, the most memorable aspect I've really enjoyed about the team of referees is the fact that they've actually worked so hard as a team in terms of warming up, in terms of game day, in terms of supporting each other, because they're doing over 40 games per day. There's only 12 referees, so you can imagine the workload on them. It's quite taxing, but they've done an outstanding job. As you can see, Palak over there, she just blew an outstanding penalty for the player that was isolated, and that penalty was for holding on. So kudos to all the referees for putting in a huge shift, and they've been magnificent.
There have been quite a lot of unfair plays as well during the game, Rasta. So can you share any specific techniques or strategies you use to ensure fair play is maintained and there's a control over the game?
So the officials are on the field, obviously, to manage the game and penalise for infringements. So that means that the officials cannot play the game for the players. They just have to referee the laws. So the players play within the rugby laws and the spirit of the game. And when referees identify infringements and sanction them, it's obviously to give an opportunity to the non-offending team to get opportunity. As we see a wonderful try from the number 5 of Haryana scoring a brilliant tie.
And that's Prince Khatri, also the champion of the CrossFit Games in India.
Absolutely, I can see he's conditioned very well, so I wouldn't take on him safe.
So as you were saying, penalizing there and then, but then sometimes, as you know a player, that they have been very disciplined in their career, sometimes referee do avoid giving yellow cards and avoid giving harsh decisions in the matches.
Yeah, so the beauty of the game is that you've just got to referee what's in front of you as officials. Whether the player is more experienced than you or knows the game more than you, they'll always test your pictures, players. And what's important for the referee is to referee the picture in front of them. And if they referee the picture in front of them, 90% of the time they'll get it accurate. But if they start thinking of off-field things and or they're intimidated by experience, that's where you find non-decisions and errors that happen by the officials.
And there's a knock-on, and obviously a scrum time in Pune. So one more question. It's an off-the-chart question, but you know, as a referee, what role do you believe that technology should play in assisting referees? And how has it affected your decision-making process so far? Because now we are moving towards the world of AI and there's so much new things are coming in. So how do you think technology is going to affect or assist referees in the future of rugby?
Yeah, as we're looking at daily attacking at the moment, so we're going to refer to technology and talk about it and the beauty of it and what it has done for rugby. So in the 15s game and 7s internationally, bringing in the TMO has actually brought a dimension for us, for referees to get more accuracy. So that's a pleasing aspect, and it helps referees if they're not in the right position or assistant referees are not in the right position. And obviously, as we know, assistant referees are there to assist referees. Then we get other tools in terms of technology, like radios for communication for the assistant referees to the referee. I think that is fantastic, so that we create more flow, and the games are a spectacle for the public, and it's not a stop-start affair, if you know what I mean. So we need technology to grow the game. Sorry, folks, as we're going into the half, and we're going to carry on with this technological aspect of the game. And technology makes it spectator-friendly, and that's the beauty of it. And as we watch, more innovations are going to come in, similar to soccer, where we're going to get trackers within the balls in terms of grounding in goal and stuff like that. So I love technology. It makes it exciting for everybody, and everybody can enjoy the game.
Very well. And this half, Haryana 10, Delhi nil. Delhi is giving a tough fight for sure. But yes, the mighty Haryana, the defending champions of this tournament, are still saying that we are here to win.
Yes, Saif, I can see that. They're not letting the foot off the pedal. They're focused and quite serious about winning this tournament again. So, Saif, I want to ask you a question in terms of what I've observed over the last couple of weeks. What's your standout moments in terms of the rugby and how the players have played? A specific standout for yourself?
The first thing for any federation comes with development of the game. I can proudly say that if 27 plus teams are coming, so we have in each state, and you know India is a melting pot of cultures and it is so huge and so wide, each state would have more than 30 districts. Some will have 11, some will have 30. We have registered all the districts. The zonal games are happening, and the players standing here are coming from zone, then inter-district, then state championship, and then here. So there's a lot of development work has happened. And then the next step is high performance, because you want quality. First development, then quality. The training and education is on full flow in all the states. We are getting more coaches, we are getting more MOs, referees, medics, the more staff we have, and also quality players. And after that, what do you need? Visibility. The next thing is this partnership with Fan Code. This is a big breakthrough in our career for visibility, and sure, soon we'll be doing advertisement, player endorsements, and a Rugby Premier League is underway. Rasta.
Thanks, Saif. As we are about to kick off the second half and referee Palak gets it underway, I think, Saif, you've just given us a great overview in terms of what's really going on with the IRFU. For those of you who don't know the IRFU, it's the Indian Rugby Football Union. So, as Saif has described it, there are structures there. There's development, there's investment. And this is what's going to make Indian rugby grow. So we urge all young players that are not footballers or athletes that love watching rugby, nor cricketers, to start playing rugby again.
And one more question that I have is, you know, as a referee, what kind of communication and collaboration do you have with the players and coaches before, during and after a match? Like, apart from checking the nails, safety check, apart from that, like from you, because there's so many people watching right now and they are thrilled that you're in the country. So even in the minute bits of it, we would love to know.
Saif, that's a brilliant question. So thanks for that. I never thought that there's forensics in rugby where they check nails, but it's good to know that. But anyways, in terms of all the things you've mentioned, the communication and prep work around the game, it's very important to do sessions with referees before they go into tournaments so that they know what they're refereeing, how they referee it. And then secondly, in terms of collaboration with coaches, it's very important that coaches are aware what's going to be refereed, are aware of tendencies so that they can avoid them. And it's all about relationship building. So the game is not just about referees and coaches separate. It's a collective. It's referees, coaches, and players. And you'll see for the next couple of years, as Indian Rugby invests quite a bit in this program, referees will start going to the team sessions, educating the players. The players will start educating the referees, because we totally believe it's a collective. As we see
That's a hat trick right there.
oh my God, what an unbelievable player. If I remember, he is the,
CrossFit champion of India.
oh my God, no wonder why he's scoring all the tries safe.
We also have Mr. Veenu in the commentary box. Would like to ask you a few questions.
First of all, Rasta, it's been such a pleasure interacting with you. Your modesty is humbling, given your stature in world rugby. Now, first take the compliment before I ask you the question. If a man like Paul Walsh says you're the quickest referee he's seen in his life, that has to be one hell of a compliment. Take that compliment.
No, I'm not the quickest referee, but no, I used to love refereeing. Probably, I'd say the quickest referees around the world are guys like Jeremy Rosier from France. He's very quick. You've got some young and upcoming, really fit, fast referees, and they really do well in the sevens game, and I enjoy watching them referee the sevens.
I didn't finish the full compliment, Rasta. He actually said you reached places before players could do. So that's a massive compliment coming from a man of that stature.
I just knew where to position myself, and in refereeing, you just got to be at the right place, right time to see the first and obvious infringement. And as we can see, Palak over there is at the right place, right time. She's able to identify that dangerous tackle, or for those of you that know it as a high tackle, against the Delhi player who committed that infringement at the previous breakdown.
Yes, it's important to be at the right time because that's what matters. Yes, so the question is, I'm asking a totally out of the refereeing question. I'm new to this game. I've seen different teams apply different strategies. Some teams counter-attack. Some teams hustle their opposition and then attack, like Delhi have done. One more it is. One more try. They muscle Delhi out of this contest. Two big teams, two big boys teams, and who wins? Team Haryana. One man is doing all the acting. Everybody else, the side actors. Okay, so in terms of strategy, what is the most effective strategy that you've seen? Is it counter-attacking? Is it hustling, or a mix of the two?
Yeah, so you get different game plans based on the strengths of the teams. So if you look at Haryana, they got big boys and they're muscular, whereas Delhi have got the speedsters. So the strategy you employ obviously is based on the team you have in front of you. So you could play a kicking game or a kick-pass game. You could play a short game, where you suck in the pressure, or you play patterns where you can maneuver the team around until the holes open up. So if we look at teams like South Africa, they like a kicking game. You look at teams like Fiji, they love a passing game. So they're very patient with that. And some teams execute their strategies based on their strengths. And it's good to see at this tournament that teams are shuffling up different types of game plans.
Actually, getting specifically to Team Bengal, which won the previous match, the West Bengal game, they're much smaller in size. You precisely referring to that. You're much smaller in size, so what suits you is more the counter-attack rather than the attacking game, because you're against much bigger opponents, much stronger opponents. So counter-attack works better?
Yeah, counter-attack will only work if the opposition kick the ball to you. That's or lose the ball, or you win a turnover at a breakdown. So you can have that strategy, but you only play counter-attack based on what you afforded with. As we look at a great try from the number 11 of Delhi, great grounding. So we'll have a look if they will be able to have a comeback, but we're now 13th minute and I think they're running out of time at the moment.
One-sided contest in progress, and this is the second quarter-final of this competition. Delhi have been muscled out by Team Haryana 24-5. The match is so you were saying that a mix of a strategy will work. You should be able to adapt. A team that has a very rigid strategy gets stuck in a match, is what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely. So you got to have different strategies when you go into these games. It's only based on what's presented in front of you and what the other team allows you to do, as you can see. So what a great match that we've just watched, and the final score was 24-5.
All right. So before you go, how long are you going to give your presence to us and give all of the fruits of knowledge that you have in India?
So the first thing, I'd like to thank India Rugby for bringing me here, but I'm trying to get a strategy how to lose my passport so I don't leave. So I'm really enjoying India.
Perfect. Thank you, Rasta. Thank you for coming. So nice to see you and see you again.
Thanks to the commentary team. Good luck for the next game.